Here we go. Hi, everybody. John Harris here with you with my pal Billy Smith. And we're going to give you the rest of the week's pickoffs and maybe a little play-by-play by the game that's going on now that we did previously pick and posted uh, late last night or really early this morning, if you want to say it that way. Uh, and first play-by-play is Minnesota's driving. There's no score yet, but it's first and 10 at the 16 of Pittsburgh now after another catch by Jefferson. Uh, Had a big play that Bill actually called the reversal on it. There was a fumble that was picked up and returned, but Bill called it that the runner was out of bounds already, and so the fumble didn't count, and they reversed it and brought it back, and Bill was right on the call. So uh,
And
Minnesota's,
there's a completion to Jefferson there.
yeah, that's the one I was just talking about. I think I'm ahead of you, like you said before. And there's a run to the 13-yard line. All right. So we'll go over the picks, and if there's any change in the score, we will let you know as quick as possible. Minnesota is driving, and they're in the red zone. We've only got a couple games that are different. I'll run down all of them real quick. Seattle is picked, and Bill, feel free to correct me. Seattle's picked by 1.5. We both took Seattle to win, and we both took the under 43.5. Minnesota, the game, and that was Thursday, and we both won the picks, but we lost the over under by a half a point. Minnesota and Pittsburgh, that's the game we're watching. It's being played live on NFL Network right now. And looking at it, there's a penalty. There's no score at the moment. Minnesota's picked by 2.5, 41 point over under. Bill and I both took Minnesota and the over. Philly and Tampa Bay, the early 1 p.m. games, East Coast, that is. Philly's picked by 3.5. Bill took Philly across the board. I originally had Tampa Bay because I thought Mike Evans was playing, but that's not the case. So I changed to Philly across the board as well. And we both went over the 44 points. So I think it's going to be close on the points, but we'll see what happens. Buffalo and New Orleans, the spread's up to 14.5. We both still decided Buffalo's going to thump New Orleans badly with sledgehammers. It's not going to be pretty. Uh, and we both went over the 48-point spread. Chargers and Giants, it is a 6-point spread. We both took the Chargers to cover. Bill took the over 43.5, I think it is. And
Yes.
and I took the under. Um, but we both think the Chargers will win and cover. Houston and Texas, we both, and of course, we don't know when we pick. We pick separately and then come back and review.
Tennessee, yeah, Tennessee at Houston.
But yeah, oh, I'm sorry, Tennessee, Houston. And we both took Houston to win and to cover, not to cover. We both took Tennessee to cover, and we both went over to 39.5. Washington and
Atlanta.
we both took Washington. Bill took the under 43.5. I took the over. We also have them to cover. Detroit and Cleveland. It's a 10-point spread. Bill thinks Detroit will win and Cleveland will cover. And over the 44.5, I took Detroit across the board and under 44.5. Only because I think Cleveland's defense is pretty good, but their offense is terrible. So, uh, New England and Carolina. Bill took New England to win, Carolina to cover and under the 43 points. I took Carolina across the board and over the 43 points. Rams and Colts. This one's going to be a great game, I think. Uh, Rams are favored by 3.5. Bill took the Rams to cover and the Colts, or Rams to win, Colts to cover. I did the same thing. We both took over the 49.5, it looks like.
Yep.
San Francisco, Bill took them across the board. They're picked by 3.5. Bill took under the 46.5 point spread. I took Jacksonville to cover. I also took under the 46.5 point spread. Baltimore and is it KC? Yeah, it's Baltimore.
KC.
Yep.
KC.
We both, and this pains me, but it's the eye test. I'm letting the eye test go over the heart here. Uh, Bill likes Baltimore. He's a fan of theirs as well, but I think he's on the money with this. He took Baltimore to win and cover and go over the 48.5 point spread for over under. I took Baltimore across the board as well as over. So there's really no difference. It just I'm in more pain than Bill with it.
Yeah. Can you imagine one of these teams going to be 1-3?
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, the chances of them making the playoffs after that are pretty slim. I
Yeah.
think it's like 10 to 11%. So it's
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that would probably help Baltimore losing because they're going to be in that division
they're
where,
in that division. They
yeah,
would still have a
the
chance.
Cleveland might not have a winning record. Cincinnati probably won't have a winning record. So
No, and
so that
Pittsburgh,
might help them.
if anything, will be near 500.
I think Kansas City needs the game more than
I
Baltimore.
think you're right. Yep. I think the Chiefs need to gain more. I mean, the Chargers are really playing well. And Denver's a good team, and Vegas is
Mhm.
improving. So they could get knocked off at least once by each of them. Now the Chiefs have already beaten the Chargers, but they still got to play them again.
Mhm.
So it's going to be tough. I think you're right. I think if Kansas City goes 1-3, it's going to be tougher for them even to make the playoffs, let alone win a division. Uh, Vegas and the Bears took Vegas. They are getting 1.5, right, from the Bears.
Now they're giving the
Oh, they're
Bears one
favored.
and a
They're
half.
giving 1.5.
Yeah.
That's right. Um, Bill took the Raiders and over the 48.5 point spread. I took the Bears and under the 48.5 point spread. So
Chicago being a young team, they're looking pretty good and they're fun to watch. And I like what Pete Carroll's done with Vegas. So I mean,
yeah, you're right. Both teams look like they're improving.
mm,
It's almost a shame they have to play each other because one of them's going to be hurting after
mm,
the game. Especially, I think, well, actually, both for the same reasons we just talked about the Chiefs. The Bears are in a tough division with Green Bay, Detroit, and but Minnesota, who is
3-0.
held them to a field goal. And here comes Rodgers after the kickoff to come on for that. It's hard to say Rodgers and not say Packers. I almost said Packers again. Um, so yeah, it's I think same reasons. Vegas is in a tough division too, with Kansas City, Denver, and the Chargers. So it's going
Hmm.
to be tough as well. So the loser is really going to be behind the eight ball, I think, because of the
Yes.
teams they play in. Um, Green Bay and Dallas. This is the revenge game for Micah Parsons tonight, Sunday night football. Uh, we both took Green Bay and the over, which is 46.5. Uh, I think the Packers are just going to roll. Dallas's defense is not very good at all.
Yeah, and the offenses they took a hit with CD Lamb still out.
Yeah, and CeeDee Lamb's still out. So, and their running game is okay, but it's not great. So, I think this is actually one on the line of scrimmage again. And Jordan Love is going to have a pretty good day. Uh,
Mhm.
Jets and Miami in Miami. Miami's giving 2.5. Uh, Bill took the Jets across the board and over 44.5. I took Miami across the board.
Took the
40.
upset special.
It could be Bill's picking his upset special right there. And last but not least, Denver and Cincinnati. Denver's picked by 7.5. Cincinnati really doesn't have a whole lot right now, especially with Burrow out. So Bill took the over. He took Cincinnati to cover. Uh, I don't even think they'll cover. I think,
They still have some weapons. So
oh yeah, you still got what?
and
Hey,
they
you
were
still
embarrassed
got
last week
Chase.
because they had the turnover. I think they had like 4 or 5 turnovers last week. So that makes a big difference in a ball
Oh,
game. So
oh, it
if they
does.
could control the turnovers, I think
Yeah.
it'd be a competitive game.
Yeah. Now here's a nice yak play. Quick pass, but a nice run afterwards by Metcalf. Weird seeing him in the number four,
Yeah, they were saying that they need to get him the ball a lot more, which they should.
which they should. Yeah. Uh, so they're approaching field goal area too, about 10 yards away, probably. So we'll see what happens. that is your NFL pick rundown for this week. I can tell you last week, Bill, when picking games, was 11-5. And against the odds, he was 9-7 and over under 9-7. So he picked up 2 games on me on the odds because I was only 7-9. So nice job, pal. Game was 9-7. Bill beat me on that as well. Probably the same 2 freaking games. And I was 11-5 on the over under. So up to date, that puts Bill at, we're both at 79% in picking the teams. Bill's caught up. He's only 1 game behind me now, and I had like a 4 game lead. But Bill's only 1 game behind me at 29, 18, one push, 62%. I'm 30, 17, one push, 64%. So that 1 game is like a 2% difference. So nice job, pal. You're back in the money, baby. Over under, I'm 28-20 at 58%. So that's a little better than Bill, but the odds are the ones, and we're both making you some money right now, folks. You got a 2/3 shot if you look at a whole schedule for either me or Bill. So, in other words, you're going to win money, and that's our not our sole purpose, but that's our going under 50%. It's time to go. Well, thanks for watching the show. Goodbye.
Remember, bet with your head, not
Bet
over.
with your head, not with your heart, and don't bet over it. That's right. Um, there's a complete
Yeah. Metcalf again. Yeah. So they're getting on the ball.
So they're getting him the ball, and that's important. Uh, 1st and 10. Uh, the only other thing to really talk about right now is in baseball. All the races are just about set today. Sunday is the last day. Metcalf, look at this. He wants it, baby. First down inside the 10. It's going to be a first down, probably at about the 8, 7.5 yard
Yeah.
line. They pushed him back, but he had the first down, I think, right
And I
here.
think we're talking about baseball next, and we got to add our sponsors. This is going to be for our sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The baseball predictions are going to be from our sponsors, which is Vineland Realty Corporation in Vineland, New Jersey. Our pal Dennis and Graldi and the folks down there. If you need anything business related, whether it's renting or buying or selling a house, give Dennis and his crew a call. They're at 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland at 806-680-9482. And of course, we can't forget our friends at Schatzi Schnitzel House. And saying Schatzi Schnitzel is real fast can be tough. But great place, great food. Chef Manford does a great job there. He also, besides opening the catering hall once a month for, to serve dinner, also goes on. There's a train that goes from Abilene. I can't remember where it goes to, but it's one of those fun rides where they put on a little dinner theater and you get dinner, and he caters that once or twice a month, and by popular demand, they ask him to keep coming back.
Place again?
Schatzi's Schnitzel House.
I think you like that.
She just
And here's a touchdown Pittsburgh.
just wanted to hear me struggle through it. That's what she was trying to do.
Your ex-Eagle game.
She didn't say Schatzi's again. She doesn't say it again. She's not dumb. She was setting me up for the fall.
In the meantime, your ex-Eagle Gainwell just
Gainwell playing for Warren, and he gets a touchdown. How about that? Pittsburgh is going to take the lead. Oh man, that's if you're Minnesota.
But yeah, I'd like to try that Schatzi's when I come out there. That'd be nice.
I'll tell you what, it's a good place, and I can introduce you to the chef, and he's a character. He's a great guy. So he's fun as hell. He's hired me for comedy a couple times and karaoke at a private event, and they were like, "Hey Johnny, can you come over and host karaoke?" And it's a lot of fun. So it's Schatzi Schnitzel House, 121 South Broadway in Riley, Kansas, 785-473-3355. you're out this way, or if you're from this area, make sure you head out there. Keep an eye on their Facebook page. Um, a dismembered hand, a guest appearance by Think from the Addams Family. Do-do-do-do-do. Um, so there you have it. There's football. We look at baseball, and Bill, you had the rundown this morning of the baseball teams. There's only really, I think, one thing up for grabs today. Maybe the Central Division technically is up for grabs with Cleveland. Really, they're both in the postseason.
Yeah, that's going to be. I just had it. So it's going the Mets and the Reds.
Correct.
Right now, the Reds have the tiebreaker, but Reds win, they're in.
Yeah, and the Mets will be out.
And Mets will be out. So
talk about a September swoon for the Mets, huh?
Yeah, that's and it's a shame because the Mets have a team that's capable of beating anybody too. So it's just
yeah.
I just hate seeing teams that had that capability not being in there. But I'm not that I'm a Met fan by any means.
I'm not a Met fan, and I'm actually kind of happy they're not going to make it because their owner's trying to be like the old George Steinbrenner Yankee and just outpay everybody for everything.
Yes,
paying Juan Soto more than some countries get, and it's not going to work. So because you can't. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Pete Alonso is traded or is out after this year because he's not going to be able to afford to keep all these guys under this luxury tax, which the players are already complaining because the CBA is up, I think, after next year because the owners have got the commissioner walking around talking about a full salary cap, and the players don't want that. Of course, they don't because it limits salaries.
Yeah.
See what happens there. But yeah, Reds and Mets today. The Mets have to win and root for Cincinnati to lose. And it could happen because Cincinnati's playing the Brewers. But the Brewers probably are resting a bunch of people because they've got everything clinched.
Yeah. Let me see the pitchers. Cincinnati's got Singer going. So against Peralta. Peralta's still starting for Milwaukee, which is
and if he's got the numbers he's going after Milwaukee.
So he may not pitch a full game or close to it, but
5 or 6 innings, and if they're
winning, yeah. Out. So and then the Mets. Let's see here, they're playing Miami.
But they lost the other night to Miami.
But they did, and the Mets are going with Mania.
Okay,
Mania. 5.80 ERA.
Ooh.
So I think Cincinnati.
I have another.
Cincinnati. I think definitely has the edge here.
Yeah, they have the edge at least in starting pitching today, but you never know. The minute you say that in baseball,
and that's why they play the game.
Why they play the game. All right, Bill. I can't think of anything else that's necessarily big time sports related. You think Europe's got a big lead today in the Ryder Cup?
Oh, I watched that yesterday. Man,
I watched some of it. Oh, they had a shot in one match, but then Scheffler hit a ball that just you and I could have hit that ball. It was so bad.
And they're professional, so don't get me wrong. So I think they could take the criticism, but the putting was horrendous.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. Scheffler's partner had a chance to win a match on 17. And a 12-foot putt.
Yeah, I mean, you got
the European guy makes about a 40-footer.
Yeah, I mean, you have Scheffler number 1 and then DeChambeau, I think it's number 3. So they teamed up yesterday and they still lost. So if that tells you anything, it's
they lost the 2-ball. Yeah, the partner. So it's just not pretty. They're getting spanked at home in the U.S. here in upstate New York. So
they were getting all over Rory McIlroy. At one time, McIlroy was up there. He stopped, turned around, and shut the F up to his fans. I mean, you can hear just complaining plain as day.
Fans are doing this countdown thing.
Yeah.
Because you only get so many seconds, I guess. They're going 1, 2, 3. Well, how's that working out, folks?
Yeah.
It's because if anything, when the Europeans make a good shot after that, they just jack them up more.
Yeah. But I think eventually the USA golfers are trying to get them to calm down, so because they feed off of that,
Oh yeah, and they did. So yeah, I sometime today early the match will be technically decided, and then the rest of them are just being played for giggles.
Yep.
All right, I think that's about all we got for you this time, folks. So later this week we'll go over our baseball predictions within the next day or two. But other than that, enjoy the NFL games, and if you're watching Major League Baseball, enjoy that as well. We hope you guys have a good time, and we will see you later this week from the cheap seats.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one, folks.